Welcome to Blush Rose Tarot. This is a place where tarot and astrology meet. Today we're reflecting on Venus entering Leo. So Venus is the planet of love, pleasure, beauty. She's creativity. She's what we value. So when Venus moves into Leo, the energy becomes warmer, a little bit bolder, and more expressive. So Leo doesn't hide its heart. It wants to celebrate love, create joy, and share affection, and really just shine authentically. So this transit often brings the desire to have more fun, express ourselves creatively, enjoy romance, and show appreciation for people that we care about. It's a season of heart-centered confidence. So let's go ahead and pull some cards and see how to navigate through this energy. We're going to start the message with the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups reminds us that confidence starts with emotional honesty. Before Leo can shine outwardly, it must know what is true inwardly. So this card suggests that Venus in Leo isn't just about attention or admiration, but more so about connecting with what genuinely moves your heart. What brings you joy? What makes you feel alive? The Queen of Cups invites us to listen. And then we're going to jump into the Queen of Wands. And this really feels like the embodiment of Venus in Leo. So the Queen of Wands, she radiates warmth, charisma, creativity, and self-belief. She knows her worth. Under this transit, we may feel called to step forward more boldly, maybe share our talents, even update our style, pursue creative passions, or just really simply allowing ourselves to be seen. So this card is going to remind us that confidence is magnetic. And then we come into the Chariot, and this is really the center of the reading. So the Chariot suggests movement and momentum. Venus in Leo isn't asking us to sit in our feelings. It wants us to act on them. So if there is a creative project that you've been dreaming about, or a relationship that you'd like to nurture, or a passion that you've been neglecting, the Chariot is encouraging intentional action. The heart knows where it wants to go, but the question becomes whether we're willing to take the reins and move towards it. Then we encounter the Hangman. So this card introduces an interesting twist. Even though Venus in Leo encourages bold expression, the Hangman reminds us that not every situation can be forced. Sometimes the greatest progress comes through a change in perspective. So there may be maybe this area of love or creativity or self-worth that asks for patience before action. So rather than pushing harder, this card is encouraging us to see things differently. And then the message closes with the King of Swords. So after the emotional wisdom of the Queen of Cups and the confidence of the Queen of Wands, the movement of the Chariot, and the perspective of the Hangman, we arrive at clarity. The King of Swords brings discernment and truth. Venus in Leo wants us to follow our hearts, but this card reminds us to do so consciously. Passion becomes more powerful when it is paired with wisdom. So this is knowing what you want and being willing to claim it. So looking at this message as a whole, I see a story unfolding. So the heart awakens through the Queen of Cups, confidence grows through the Queen of Wands, momentum through the Chariot, perspective shifts through the Hangman, and then clarity arrives through the King of Swords. So Venus in Leo reminds us that joy is not something we wait for. It is something we participate in. And perhaps that is the lesson of the transit. When we allow our authentic light to shine, we create space for love, we create space for creativity and self-expression to flourish naturally. All right, that's what I have here for you today. Thank you so much for spending time here with me at Blush Rose Tarot. Until next time, take what resonates and let the rest pass.